5 News here at 5:30. After years of failed attempts, a statewide texting and driving ban appears closer than ever to becoming law.
That doesn't mean it's a done deal. Governor Ducey is now putting pressure on lawmakers to send him a bill as soon as possible. Political editor Dennis Welch is joining us now in studio with the details.
Yeah, right now there's a couple of bills aimed at banning texting and driving statewide, and they have passed the state Senate, but they've hit some roadblocks over in the House. Those roadblocks, Republicans who say that this bill goes too far.
My call to the legislature is to get to work, fix whatever they need to fix in these bills, and send it to my desk.
Governor Doug Ducey putting pressure on state lawmakers to pass a bill that bans texting and driving across the state.
These devices are magical. They help us do many things, but they've also distracted many of our drivers.
The governor's comments come 3 months after Salt River police officer Clayton Townsend was hit and killed by a driver who was texting at the time. And it appeared that Arizona was on track to ban the use of phones behind the wheel after Monday, when the state Senate passed its latest effort to outlaw texting and driving. But that bill and another near identical proposal are stalled in the House.
Philosophically, I think that we're putting an undue burden on police.
Representative Bob Thorpe is one of the Republicans holding up the statewide ban. He says the bill may be too hard for police to enforce.
Were they texting? Were they answering the phone? Were they playing a game? Were they reaching for the donut that had fallen into the passenger seat?
Now, if this latest bill passes, the drivers would be barred from physically holding a phone while they're operating the vehicle, as well as receiving, sending any messages via text. However, drivers would also be allowed to use a hands-free device and pick up their phone to dial 911 in an emergency.
All right, make sure you eat breakfast before getting behind the wheel. Dennis, and I don't mean to joke, but we've been here year after year after year. Same law, trying to get it passed. What's different specifically about this year, you think?
I think you can look back maybe to some of the elections, the different makeup of the House, but I think the biggest deal this year is that Republicans have picked up this. The Republicans are the ones that are running these proposals right now, and you've got the weight of the governor's office behind this push. Again, Arizona was just one of 3 states across the country that haven't passed one of these bills. I think public pressure has really ratcheted up to a point where they feel like they have to get something done.
So looking at all that, not a done deal, but a probable deal?
You've got the governor's office behind this. It depends on how much of that political capital he wants to use, but he can wield a lot of power. We're starting to enter that budget negotiations. We're wrapping up bills down there. He's got a lot of power with that veto. He can sit down with people that are opponents of this and say, look, you want your bills signed or not? Do you want your these budget items? You want them included? So he can wield a lot of power to get this across the finish line if he chooses to.
All right, political editor Dennis Welch, thanks.